Welcome, Shadow Seekers, to American Shadows, Crimes and Chronicles. Today, we're unearthing a tale that'll haunt your thoughts long after it ends. Whether you're glued to the screen or just listening in, you're in for a wild ride through history's darkest corners. If you're new, hit subscribe to join our mission of exposing America's hidden truths. Regulars, your likes fuel our journey into the unknown. Now, let's peel back the layers of time and reveal the secrets beneath. Ready? Let's begin. 40 years of deceit, the unveiling of the Tuskegee Syphilis scandal. Gather round, folks, for a tale of deception, courage, and the relentless pursuit of justice that will chill you to the bone and make you question the very institutions meant to protect us. It's July 25th, 1972, a day that marked the exposure of one of the most egregious breaches of medical ethics in American history, the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Our story begins in 1932 in the rural town of Tuskegee, Alabama. The United States Public Health Service, USPHS, initiated a study on the progression of untreated syphilis in black men. Officially titled the Tuskegee Study of Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male, this study promised free medical exams, meals, and burial insurance to its 600 participants, 399 with syphilis and 201 without. But here's the kicker. The men were never told they had syphilis. Instead, they were told they were being treated for bad blood, a local term used to describe various ailments. "Miss, we ain't never knowed we had the bad disease," one study participant would later recall, his voice tinged with decades of pain and betrayal. For 40 years, these men suffered needlessly. As the disease ravaged their bodies, they were denied effective treatment, even after penicillin became the standard cure for syphilis in 1947. The researchers wanted to study the full progression of the disease, knowing it would lead to severe health complications and often death. But the story goes deeper. The origins of the study lay in the racist pseudoscience of the early 20th century. Many white doctors believed that syphilis affected black people differently, a baseless theory they used to justify the experiment. Dr. Talia Farrow Clark, who initiated the study, wrote that the rather low intelligence of the Negro population made them ideal subjects for such an experiment. The study's methods were equally appalling. To ensure participation, local doctors were paid to deny treatment to the participants. Even the draft board cooperated, exempting the men from military service to keep them in the study. The researchers went as far as to perform painful and medically unnecessary spinal taps, deceptively described to the participants as special free treatment. The turning point came when Peter Buxton, a concerned venereal disease investigator, learned of the study in the 1960s. Horrified by the ethical violations, Buxton repeatedly raised concerns with his superiors, but his protests fell on deaf ears. Determined to expose the truth, he took his findings to the press. On July 25, 1972, Jean Heller, a young reporter for the Associated Press, blew the lid off this sinister experiment. Her front-page story in the New York Times and Washington Star sent shockwaves through the nation. As Heller's story unfolded, the true horror of the study came to light. It was revealed that the American Medical Association and the National Medical Association had known about the study for years, but remained silent. This revelation shook the foundations of trust in the medical profession. The public reacted with shock and outrage. How could this happen in America? How could trusted medical professionals allow human beings to suffer and die when treatment was available? Dr. John R. Heller, former director of the Public Health Service's Division of Venereal Diseases, attempted to defend the indefensible. The men's status did not warrant ethical debate, he claimed, his words dripping with the casual racism that had allowed this atrocity to continue for so long. The fallout was immediate. The study was hastily terminated, and congressional hearings were called. In 1973, a class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of the study participants and their families. In 1974, a $10 million out-of-court settlement was reached. The U.S. government promised lifetime medical benefits and burial services to all living participants and their families. But the consequences reached far beyond these immediate actions. The revelation shattered Black Americans' trust in the medical system, a mistrust that echoes to this day. It became a significant factor in the reluctance of many Black Americans to participate in medical research or seek regular health care. The Tuskegee Study led to a complete overhaul of medical research ethics. In 1974, Congress passed the National Research Act, creating a commission to develop guidelines for studies involving human subjects. This led to the Belmont Report, which established the core principles of respect for persons, beneficence, and justice in medical research. These principles now form the bedrock of ethical considerations in all medical studies involving human subjects. The study's impact on public health was far-reaching. It became a significant factor in the reluctance of many Black Americans to participate in medical research or seek regular health care. This mistrust has contributed to health disparities that persist to this day, affecting everything from routine checkups to participation in clinical trials for new treatments. In education, the Tuskegee Study became a case study in medical ethics courses. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of informed consent and the potential for abuse in medical research. Public health campaigns, especially those targeting minority communities, now emphasize transparency and community involvement. The study's impact on popular culture was also significant. References to Tuskegee appeared in literature, film, and music, becoming shorthand for medical racism and government mistrust. It fueled conspiracy theories about AIDS and other diseases in the Black community. In 1997, President Bill Clinton issued a formal apology to the study survivors and their families. "What was done cannot be undone," Clinton admitted, his words a stark acknowledgement of a nation's shame. The United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong. It was an outrage to our commitment to integrity and equality for all our citizens. Clearly racist. As we reflect on this grim tale, we're left to ponder, how do we ensure that such a betrayal never happens again? How do we rebuild trust once it's been so thoroughly shattered? And how do we balance the need for medical advancement with the protection of vulnerable populations? The legacy of Tuskegee continues to influence medical practice and public health policy. It's cited as a reason for health disparities and for the underrepresentation of minorities in clinical trials. The study serves as a constant reminder of the need for ethical vigilance in medical research and the importance of respecting the rights and dignity of all individuals, regardless of race or social status. The Tuskegee Syphilis study stands as a dark chapter in American history, a reminder of the devastating consequences when scientific curiosity is untethered from basic human decency. It challenges us to remain vigilant, to question authority, and to never forget that behind every medical study are real human lives. This is American Shadows, where we delve into the darkest corners of our nation's past. The Tuskegee Syphilis study serves as a stark reminder that vigilance is the price of ethics, and that the shadows of history continue to influence our present. Until next time, remember that knowledge is power, and that questioning authority, even medical authority, is not just a right, but sometimes a necessity. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and never forget the lessons of Tuskegee.